What's going on, guys? The mayor is back with another video. This one is going to be very helpful for if you're brand new to MUT. This is going to help you just start off with a really solid footing, getting elite cards for completely free. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. The very first thing I want to show you is in challenges. This is the very first thing you need to do. There are 3 sets of challenges you should go for. The first one's Legends, the second one is Collector Series, and then the third is going to be Team of the Week. Why these are so important is these give you these tokens, weekly spotlight tokens. These tokens can be used to get top end cards, 93 overall, B and D cards, which means that you can't sell them, but you can keep them on your team completely free. And you get to pick whichever one you want to. So you can pretty much pick any legend as long as it's not a limited, any collector series as long as it's not a limited, and any team of the week as long as it's not a limited. And you can build your team like that, especially if you have a theme team going, but we'll get more into that later. Once you have those tokens, what you can do is you can go over to sets, and let's go. We're already in Legends, so stick with that. If you go down, you will see one right here. So I've already used my tokens. I used it on Zeke, Malik Collins, and Pac-Man Jones recently. Those are the 3 players I got all 93 overalls. All going to be on my squad for a while, completely free. The only problem, you can't sell them, but it's fine. You know, it's a free card, free elite card. So you would just put in all 25 of your tokens here. You can push X on Xbox, and this will put you put all of them in there, so you don't have to just go one by one. And then it'll give you a fantasy pack. It'll give you a fantasy pack that has pretty much every 91 and 93 overall Legends player or Collector Series player or Team of the Week player. So pick whichever one you want. Kind of look in the catalog, which would be over here in catalog. You can look at all the legends, filter that. These are all the cards that be, as long as they're not a limited. You know they're limited because you'll see the little limited sign in the top right corner of each card. So those would be the limiteds. You can't get those, but like Pac-Man, Foster, Patrick Chung, these guys are all cards you can get. Same thing going over to a collector series. As long as they're not limited, Kobe Durant, Kyle Hamilton, Logan Wilson. I got the Zeke, that's one of mine. And right now, because of the Zero Chill promo, these cards have that little snowflake in the bottom, which means that they're going to get Kims for that as well, for like snow Kims. What I mean by that is they get a zero AP bucket. So you can use these and you put abilities on them, not using any of your AP points. And we'll get more into AP points here in a little bit. I just want to point this out that right now, the promo, that a lot of these cards are way overpowered because of this. You can pretty much have every card on your team with abilities, but more of that here in a second. That's the best way to get top end cards. Build your team this way. Get as many as you can. Right now, save your tokens for later. You can also use them for a team of the year set, so you can get a team of the year player. I think it's like 60 something for that. So definitely save if you don't want these players and you plan on getting that. That set should be coming out probably sometime the next month or two, just after the season starts or after the season is over. The next thing I want to show you is going to be the field pass. Now, the field pass, I don't recommend spending money on this game because it's a money grab and you can never spend enough and people will always outspend you. If you are going to spend, I recommend getting the field pass, the season field pass, that is, not the promo pass, but the season field pass. It's like $15, and every time I bought it, I make 1 million plus coins just by the packs that it gives you. So like you get this premium pack. This is only a premium reward. Everything with the little crown above it. That's if you buy the pack. If you buy the pass, this is what you get. Now, if you're just starting out, I don't recommend buying the season 4 pass unless you want to just spend the money. Just because you're not gonna be able to complete this in time, so you're not gonna be able to get all the rewards. I would recommend just buying the season 5 one if you were gonna buy it. But I mean, you don't have to. You still get these rewards that don't have the crowns on them, which is the majority of them. But for like you get like really, you can get really cool top end rewards just like this. I got a free Andrew Luck from buying this as well, so it's pretty cool. Now you can accomplish and level up on the field pass uh, by doing these. You can do your daily sets. You also have weeklies you can do. But this is where you get the most from is the season 4 programs. Each one of these you can get 175k. So That is a lot of XP. You can get quite far down the list just by doing these. Um, you and it explains, 5 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns. You just have to have the zero chill players in your lineup and play the game, and you're going to get XP from this. So it's pretty cool doing that. You can also get it from like sets. So once you complete, if you get far enough in the season 4 pass, you will get a season 4 XP token that you can use for the season 5. It was season 5 XP token, I guess, that you can use it then, and you get, I think it's like 15K or something like that. Sometimes it's 20. I think they change it each time, but you get that, so you just get a head start with the new field pass. Same thing for challenges. You can also do challenges, get free XP. Even watching the MCS broadcast, I would recommend watching these, just having your Twitch on, linking it to your EA account, and just watching it. Usually, they always have a player that you can get, and it's a really good player usually. And almost always they have all team Kims. So I mean, it's a free player. It's another way to get a free like elite top end card. Um, going Actually, before we go to the theme teams, let's go to I want to show you the zero chill pass too. Now this is just a field pass. This is a promo specific field pass. So this is going to be going away in 13 days. But you can do all this. You can earn snow, earn packs, players, and all that. Now this is also, you can buy the premium pass. I don't recommend it. I mean, if you're going to complete it, you can get a free 90. I guess it's not free. You can get a 93 over a B&D player. But I mean, I think if you're going to buy one, the premium, the season pass is going to be better than this promo pass. But you can also, it's pretty much the same thing. Get objectives, complete them, get XP uh, for this field pass. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's just different rewards. Each promo is going to have one, like Nike rivalries. Some of them are going to be better than others. And a lot of the times you'll complete them without even knowing, just because as you just complete it by playing the game. Now, the next thing I want to show you is going to be what theme teams look like. As you can see, I have a Cowboys theme team. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have all Cowboys players. A lot of the time, these players are going to have, like these season pass players, they're going to have all team Kim. So Jordan Mailata is my left tackle, and he's going to have the Cowboys theme just because he's uh, the season pass, and all of them are going to have the any team basically. Um, a lot of these other cards I'm using just for the free AP. As you can see, 0 AP, 0 AP, 0 AP. Now, what that actually is like for my center. Now, this ability usually costs 2 AP points. So I can get this for 0 AP. That's so awesome because I have all my AP points on Andrew Luck because I have this stack right now, Gunslinger and Seffi lead. It's, I think, the best stack in the game for quarterbacks. You're using up all 15 of your AP, and this is going to go away. But this has been so good for me. Andrew Luck has been amazing. Just with that stack, it's been pretty crazy. But as you can see, almost every player in my offense has AP, has free ability points. Um, that's pretty crazy, especially just because Andrew Luck has all my points right now. Very similar for defense. I actually have so many players on here. I don't even know what to do with my last two AP points. I got to figure it out. Um, but a lot of these players also, this is promo specific. They have 2 AP buckets. It's not just one, but you can get 2 of them on there for the ghosts. That's insane. These cards can play. They're playing out of their minds right now. It's going to be such a different game when these cards go away in the 8th, just because everyone's going to be so used to these abilities just on every single person. So it's something to keep an eye on, with the abilities and everything. And it's tough to say if you should spend your coins on these cards right now. I think they're going to drop on Christmas, which is probably when this video is going to come out. So if you can snipe them up for pretty cheap, build your team that way, I'd recommend it. But just know the free abilities will be going away, and these cards are going to drop massively once the AP abilities go away. Even after Christmas, I think they're going to drop crazy. So just keep an eye out for that. But for theme teams, I was saying I have the Cowboys theme team. If you have 50 Cowboys Kims, you can get 2 + 2 speed. You get +1 at 20, plus other stats as well, like throw power. You can also, and then at 50, you're going to get another +1 speed. So this makes cards you can double stack a bit like chemistries with. So I have not only that at 50, I also have zero chill at 20, and I also have ghost at 20. So what this is every single player who's a Cowboys player and is a ghost, then they get +3 speed. So we're gonna look at, for example, Terrell Owens. As you can see, it says +5 speed. So why that is we're gonna have it's gonna be +2 from the theme team, the Cowboys theme team, because he was a cowboy, actually a cowboy too, obviously. And then he's gonna get another one from Ghost. He's also going to get another one from Don Terry Poe, which is gonna give every beast, every ghost a +1 speed, pretty much +1 every stat on offense. And on defense, Cam Newton is gonna do that same thing, but for defensive players. So these are both free players you can get, and because +1 all defensive stats, Ghost to Madden and Legend Program players. Um, it's pretty awesome. That's very 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 helpful when you're building your team. So something else I want to show you is like you don't. I said 50 out of 50. You don't have to have exactly 50 players. You just have to have 50 team chems. So players like team builders, if they play on your team, you can get +2. Some even more. Like I think if I go over to my Javonte Williams, you're looking at +3. So it's you can get a lot of these guys. It's pretty crazy how easy it is to fit different basically theme teams onto your team and just really max out your players. I highly recommend spending the time planning out where each position can be, like how you can fit as many guys as you can for your teams for what you want to do. Speed and height is the most two important things in this entire game. So you want tall receivers and tall defensive backs, and you want speed on every single position you can get. Like offensive linemen, speed can definitely help if you have a lot of pulling guards. That's not something you really need to worry about. For linemen, I typically look at just a couple things. I like to look at the pass block power and pass block finesse. I don't care about just what pass block is. That stat just doesn't mean anything to me. I look at pass block power and pass block finesse. But on the opposite side of run blocking, I only look at the run blocking stat. I don't care about run back power, run block finesse. I don't think those stats really do anything. I think run blocking is that stat. So it's kind of confusing. Pass block power, pass block finesse, and then run blocking. Those are kind of like the three stats you want to look at, as well as awareness. I think strength also can have something to do with it, but I'm not positive on that one. I really just look at those three stats when I look at linemen. So, what ability should you run is another question. I already showed you what I got on my quarterback, the Sephi lead and gunslinger. Terrell Owens, I have him. I run a lot of bunch, so I have him having free route tech, which is insane, and also short out elite. So any passes, outside of the numbers, he's gonna catch better. This used to be a little bit more powerful, but it's still pretty good. I think it's something you should definitely have on your receivers. If you can get route tech for free, though, I mean, he's just going to run routes better. Like, it's just, you can't beat that. Uh, on guys like my running back, or actually, let's show you my tight end real quick. On my tight end, again, I run a lot of bunch, so I have Slot-O-Matic. It's free. He also gets edge protector, just because I block my tight end when I'm getting heavy pressure. It's really nice having that extra guy up. It's just like having an extra lineman that you can also send out in a route, and he has 95 speed. So it's pretty crazy. On defense, this is going to be a little bit easier to understand. I really like double or nothing for my pass rushers. I want all my pass rushers to have double or nothing. Um, I think it's the best pass rushing ability. I think it's really the best ability on defense. You get pressure with 3 or 4 just with your regular natural pass rush. You don't have to do stunts or anything if you have these guys. I still recommend blitzing, having a good blitz to build up, but it's really good to have. It's double or nothing. And also for cornerbacks, I like to throw on these zone abilities. So there's deep out zone and then flat zone is what I have. I like these kind of abilities because I run a lot of zone. I don't run a lot of man. If you run a lot of man, I would recommend like outside shade. They also have one that's inside shade. Um, they also have some other ones that I believe I have. I just got to go to. And those are free, by the way, on that card, which is crazy. But guys like Diggs, you can get like deep zone knockout, inside shade, one step ahead. This will just be faster cuts from everybody. Like in man coverage, you just have faster cuts. If you want to have a man scheme, I recommend inside shade, outside shade, or one step ahead. Probably inside shade and one step ahead is a little bit better than outside shade, just because a lot of the routes are breaking in instead of out, and then you can kind of cover, you're outside with a corner or something like that on the outside, or it's like a safety zone. So it just depends on your scheme what you want to run. Um, I don't like some of the abilities though. Some of them are kind of wasting. Um, like I was trying this out. They changed what this used to be. This used to give extra pass rush points. Now it's just for fatigue for all linemen. Helps to repair it. I'm gonna get rid of this eventually. I just gotta figure out something else to do my AP points. It's just not as good as what it used to be. Same thing for kind of like some of the zones. Like Lumberjack, that's pretty decent, I guess. I mean, if you want to see like an entire list of abilities to like, I would check out mud.gg. You have a tier list there. You can kind of read what every ability does and kind of just fits what your scheme does. There are some of them though that just absolutely do nothing. So just kind of watch out. You will see a light up underneath your player. That usually means the ability is active. So keep an eye out for that too. If you're not seeing a lot of flashing up or flashing, it could mean that your ability is just not working. So keep an eye out on that. Once you have your team built and you're pretty set, I would recommend taking it to like events. You can do the free event. If you go 10 and 1 or 10 and 0, you get a free 93 overall parum is what you get. It's a token you can use for the parum. That card's like could be like a million coins. Usually, whenever the new events come out, the event players are usually around like a million coins. So I mean, you're talking about 3 million coins for just playing the game and winning the event. They can be very frustrating though, as you can see. It's not just a normal game. They're gonna have like the house rules and everything. I'll go ahead and move my face out of the way here. As you can see, hit sticks, 2 points, sacks, steal 2 points, fumbles, steal 3 points. These will change depending on what the promo is and like what kind of like the what you're doing. Now, same thing you're gonna have also. Let me move it back. For you have a CPU event. Now, usually you can get a free player too from the CPU event. It's typically not as good as the head-to-head event, and you typically don't get as many coins. But this is also free to do. You're just playing the computer. You can usually breeze by it, have a chew clock on, kind of just get past it and just make your coins. So it's pretty easy to do that way too. I recommend starting with the CPU event, try it out, and then maybe go to the head-to-head event. If you're killing those and you want to take it to like online, head to head versus like seasons and stuff like that, I like to go to the head to head. And then my favorite thing is just head to head seasons. This breaks up into 3 tiers: rookie, veteran, and legend. Each tier has its own rewards system. So this is going to be what it looks like for, we're going to show you the rookie. So for rookie, if you win 5 games, you get, without losing 3, you're going to get 12,000 coins. If you if you win your playoffs, this is your playoffs. You make your playoffs. You win your 3 games, your wild card, division, or your championship. You're gonna get 20K. And then if you make it to the Super Bowl and you win your Super Bowl, you're gonna get another 40K or an end zone pack. Those all add up together. If you go to veteran, you're looking at 20K for 5 wins, 30K for to make it to your Super Bowl, and 75K or a clutch elite pack if you win your Super Bowl. And now legend is by far the best. This is what tier you want to be in and stick in. You're gonna get 30K for 5 wins, 75K if you just make it to your Super Bowl, and then you'll get another 200K or a W fantasy pack. I always pick the pack in this tier because I'm dumb and I love to gamble. It's cost me quite a few coins, but I've also hit big a few times, like a few 500K coin cards and stuff like that. So you can definitely definitely get screwed, but you can definitely hit big on this too. For the legend tier, it's like you can't lose 5 games. I honestly can't remember the other two. They'll be listed right there where it says division, legend, avoid demotion. They'll be listed on each one of them. It's not hard to move up to get to legend, but once you're in legend, if you don't make it to your playoffs, then you get demoted back down to veteran. Just and it continues like that. So just make sure you're not just quitting out of games early. Make sure to play them out. Make sure you try to win them. That way you don't get demoted. You keep getting the top end rewards. Um, if you really want to grind and you really want to play some top end talent, head to head ranked is usually where it is. You get rewards per game, and then also at the end of the season, I recommend you try and get the Champion 1. Champion 1 gets you it's the same thing as Champion 3, and it's the one step below being a top 100 player. So if you can't make the top 100, you can really just stop at Champion 1. You're going to get 94 overall rank pack this section, and I'll show you what those players look like. These players get all team chems, so that makes them pretty powerful and pretty good. If my game loads up. So back to like the theme team thing, these cards can be used for any theme team. So you can add them, get the speed boost, anything you want on these cards. It makes them really powerful. These are gonna be the top 100 cards. Each tier you go down, you're gonna get a -1 for all the stats. So if we go down here, this is gonna be what they look like. The Patrick Queen, for example, 94 overall, 92 speed. It's gonna be one less speed, than the top 100 card. Sometimes they also don't get as good of abilities. Sometimes like the top 100 card will usually get like another ability that makes it even better. Those cards that are the top 100 cards are auctionable. You can usually find them for like 10 million coins, unless there's a glitch, brings them down. These cards are not auctionable if you're not in the top 100, but they do quick sell for 100k. So you can quick sell them for 100k if you don't want to use them. So I mean, it's still 100k. It's not really worth the grind if you plan on quick selling. Only if you want to keep these guys on your team for a little bit, and then just when they start to phase out, then you can quick sell. And that's what I recommend, anyways. Um, that's also just where the top end competition is. But so I would stay away from that until you get your team built up a little bit, unless you want to get flooded. It's very possible I get flooded in there too. So I mean, no worries there. The next thing I want to go ahead and talk about, if you can see in the top, I'm a little broke right now just because I spent all my coins on players and rebuilding on my team and some presents and whatnot. That's a good thing to talk about too, is presents. So right now, these are opening up tomorrow on Christmas. I'm filming this Christmas Eve, but on Christmas, these presents will open up, and you can basically see what they are. We won't know till tomorrow for sure, but these cards will be auctionable as well. So you should expect to see the marketplace absolutely flooded with all these presents tomorrow. All these cards are going to start off really, really low. And typically, as the time goes on, because this is the only time these cards come out, so like this 2K all the way, for example, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Chris Johnson card. He's going to be a rare, he's going to be a limited. He is only going to be released right now. So his price is going to start really low. And then as time goes on, as more people, don't have it, as the supply of them goes away, the demand for them is going to stay the same usually. So these cards will go up. So if you want to have a quick like buy and then sell later, I recommend looking at these presents, buying them right when they open up, and then just holding them for like a week or two, maybe longer, and then they will eventually go up. Happens every single year unless they change something different this year, but I doubt that. Happens every year like that. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover. I think that's about it. Um, if you guys have any other questions, let me know down in the comments. I can make another video for sure. If you guys have any questions, I have a free ebook. It's a mini scheme of my offense that I use every single day. It's gotten me pretty far. It helps me win a ton of games. I really have no money spent. The only thing I spend, I guess not no money spent. The only thing I spend on is the field pass. That's the only thing I ever buy, just because it's the only thing that's really worth the bang for your buck, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun game. Just build up your team and learn an offense, learn a defense. I can recommend you one if you need to. Just let me know, and I can show you a few tips as well. So just let me know. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you next time.